Welcome to Slab City, famously known as the last free place in America. Here, residents embrace a life off the grid, free from electricity, running water or government intervention, crafting a community that many view as the pinnacle of personal freedom. Yet, beneath this unique expression of independence, lies a gritty reality. Environmental hazards, inadequate sanitation, and an unrelenting fight for survival. Is the cost of this unbridled freedom too high? Dive with us into the resilience, challenges, and unyielding spirit of those who make Slab City their home. Only on The Shin. The origins of Slab City. A journey through time. Let's rewind to the 1940s, when the United States was immersed in the throes of World War II. In the remote deserts of California, Camp Dunlap was established as a vital artillery training base, hosting soldiers from across the country who prepared for battles far from home. However, as the war ended and priorities shifted, the military abandoned the site in 1956, stripping it of its infrastructure and leaving behind little more than empty concrete slabs, a stark reminder of its former purpose. For years these remnants lay forgotten, swallowed by the vast desert landscape. But the tides began to shift in the 1960s and 70s, a time marked by the societal upheaval of the Vietnam War and widespread disenchantment with conventional norms. Amid this era of rebellion and change, a new kind of community took root on the forsaken slabs. Drawn by the promise of freedom from societal constraints, a diverse group of people, artists, free spirits, veterans and outcasts, found solace here. They transformed this barren land into a haven, establishing makeshift homes from trailers, tents, and creativity. This marked the birth of Slab City, a place where rules, rent, and regulations were abandoned in favor of unbridled independence. Over the decades, what began as a sanctuary for the disillusioned grew into a living symbol of resistance, self-reliance, and non-conformity. Today, Slab City remains a testament to the human spirit's resilience, offering a unique lifestyle far removed from conventional societal frameworks, a place where freedom is both celebrated and defended. Life in Slab City, a fragile freedom. Tucked away near California's Salton Sea, Slab City is often hailed as the last free place in America. It stands as a refuge for those seeking to escape the grip of societal rules and conventions. Here, a sprawling desert community flourishes without government oversight, regulations or formal infrastructure. For its residents, it represents a vision of ultimate freedom, a place to live life entirely on their own terms. Yet, this freedom comes with significant challenges. While the absence of rules might sound like a utopia, the reality is far more complex. Slab City operates without the safety nets most of us take for granted. There's no trash collection, no accessible healthcare, and no law enforcement. Electricity, running water, and conventional infrastructure are non-existent. Residents must depend on creativity, resilience, and determination to endure the desert's harsh conditions. Every day here is a test of survival against nature's extremes and life's uncertainties. The allure of total independence often masks its fragility. Slab City's residents enjoy the freedom to build homes from salvaged materials, establish self-sustaining camps, and craft a life dictated solely by their desires. However, this liberty comes at a cost. With no formal protections, they face exposure to unpredictable threats, whether from the elements, interpersonal conflict, or the isolation of their surroundings. There's no safety net or backup plan, making self-reliance both a necessity and a burden. The community is as diverse as its challenges. From wandering nomads and avant-garde artists, to retirees seeking solitude, and individuals fleeing traditional societal norms, each resident brings a unique story to the slabs. Despite their differences, they share a common pursuit: freedom, no matter the price. For some, this independence is empowering, a chance to live authentically. For others, it's a constant battle against the emotional and physical toll of isolation and limited resources. Slab City's freedom is as raw as it is demanding. measured not in conveniences, but in the strength of its people. Survival here requires innovation, resilience, and an acceptance of life's inherent uncertainty. For many, this fragile existence is worth the sacrifice. Join us as we delve deeper into the lives of Slab City's inhabitants, exploring how they find community, adapt to adversity, and navigate the delicate balance between independence and vulnerability. Living conditions and environment in Slab City. Survival in freedom. Slab City, often celebrated as the last free place in America, serves as both a sanctuary and a trial for those seeking a life unbound by societal norms. Situated in the desolate deserts of Southern California, this off-grid haven thrives on independence and ingenuity. Without electricity, running water, or sanitation services, residents carve out lives marked by creativity and resilience. For many, it's a bold rejection of conventional living. For others, it's a necessity born of circumstance. The dwellings in Slab City are an eclectic mix of salvaged materials, discarded vehicles, repurposed wood, and scraps transformed into makeshift homes. These structures are more than just shelters. They are canvases of self-expression. Graffiti and murals adorn the walls, telling stories of defiance, survival, and the determination to create something out of nothing. Life in Slab City is dictated by the harsh desert climate. Summers bring relentless heat, with temperatures soaring above 110 degrees, 43 degrees, turning shade into a rare commodity and water into a lifeline. Residents make grueling trips to nearby towns to haul water, carefully rationing every drop for drinking, cooking, and bathing. Innovative solutions, such as homemade rainwater collection systems, are critical to supplement their supply. Solar panels salvaged from various sources provide limited electricity for lighting, small appliances, and charging devices, but the absence of refrigeration and air conditioning demands extraordinary adaptability. The absence of formal governance in Slab City is both a draw and a danger. There are no police, courts, or emergency services to rely on. Residents must safeguard their own security and navigate the often precarious social dynamics of a community with no rules. While some find a liberation in this lawless environment, others face the constant threat of theft, violence, and unresolved disputes. Medical emergencies are particularly dire, as the nearest hospital is miles away. Yet amidst these challenges, Slab City fosters a unique and resilient community. Outsiders, misfits, and dreamers form tight-knit bonds, sharing resources and supporting one another through adversity. Practical skills like solar panel installation, water conservation, and mutual aid become vital to survival, with residents taking pride in their ability to thrive where others might falter. So, why do people choose this unconventional life? For some, it's the allure of unbridled freedom, a life unshackled by societal expectations. For others, it's a quest for belonging, a space where they can live authentically, even at the expense of modern comforts. Slab City is neither utopia nor refuge for the faint-hearted. But for those who call it home, it offers something rare and profound, a life that is raw, unfiltered, and deeply human. Here, freedom comes at a cost, but for many, it's a price worth paying. The myth of everything is free in Slab City. At first glance, Slab City's reputation as a utopia of no rent, no rules, and free living is tantalizing. It's easy to imagine an idyllic haven, where one can escape the grind of modern society and live without burdens. However, this romanticized image quickly dissolves under the harsh realities of desert life. While it's true that there's no rent or taxes, the idea that everything is free is a myth that fades fast. In Slab City, the price of freedom is paid in sweat, ingenuity, and an unyielding reliance on resourcefulness. Life here requires far more than independence. It demands relentless creativity and adaptability. With no grocery stores, utilities, or public services, Residents must rely on scavenging, repurposing, and bartering to meet their basic needs. Scrap metal, wood, and discarded vehicles become the foundation for homes and tools. Recycling isn't just a good habit, it's a matter of survival. In a place where nothing is guaranteed, the ability to transform trash into treasure is a skill honed out of necessity. The absence of infrastructure means every individual must find their own solutions. Water is painstakingly collected and rationed. Energy is generated through solar panels or makeshift systems. And shelters are built from salvaged materials, embodying both resourcefulness and resilience. This self-sufficient lifestyle isn't easy, but for many, it's a point of pride. A life they've built entirely on their terms. Slab City's transient nature adds another layer of complexity. The community attracts curious tourists intrigued by its off-grid ethos, and some residents survive by engaging with these visitors. Offering tours, odd jobs, or a peek into their unconventional way of life in exchange for supplies or cash becomes a way to get by. While there's no formal currency, the local economy thrives on bartering goods and services. This exchange system underscores the interdependence of the community, even in a place built on the idea of autonomy. In the end, the notion of everything being free is an illusion. Life in Slab City comes at a steep cost, not in dollars, but in hard work, ingenuity, and the strength of human connections. Yet for those who choose this path, the rewards are significant. The satisfaction of crafting a life from scratch, of turning scraps into shelter and ideas into solutions, speaks to the resilience of the human spirit. Freedom in Slab City isn't handed out, it's earned. It's a lifestyle forged through effort, creativity, and the unwavering will to thrive against all odds. Here, freedom isn't just a dream. It's a reality you build with your own hands. The legacy and future of Slab City, a fragile sanctuary in the desert. As the years pass, and the world around Slab City shifts, its future hangs in a delicate balance. Nestled in California's arid desert, this off-grid haven has long been a refuge for individuals rejecting the constraints of mainstream society. Those seeking freedom from taxes, laws, and conventional norms. Slab City thrives as a symbol of resilience, creativity, and the human desire for autonomy. But the pressures of time, growth, and environmental change loom larger than ever. A last bastion of freedom. For many, Slab City represents one of the final vestiges of unbridled American freedom. It's a sanctuary for drifters, artists, outcasts, and rebels. A community born from the need to live without boundaries. However, the growing allure of this lifestyle has brought increased attention from outsiders and authorities alike. With California's expanding population and encroaching urban sprawl, the future of Slab City as a lawless zone is increasingly precarious. Will the state or local governments impose regulations, undermining the anarchic spirit that defines the community? Such changes could threaten the very foundation of what makes Slab City unique. A place where freedom is absolute, albeit fragile. The challenges of growth. As more people migrate to this desert enclave, the strain on its limited resources intensifies. Extreme heat, scarce water, and isolation test even the hardiest of residents. Growth brings new faces, but also new tensions, as the community struggles to preserve its ideals amid mounting pressures. For Slab City to endure, its residents must navigate this growth without losing the essence of what makes the community special. The influx of visitors and the transient population also raise questions about sustainability. Can this self-reliant experiment withstand the growing interest it attracts? Or will it buckle under the weight of its own popularity? Environmental and regulatory threats. The harsh desert climate poses a relentless challenge, with rising temperatures and dwindling resources adding urgency to survival. At the same time, outside forces threaten to reshape the community. Urban expansion, environmental regulations, and potential development projects could spell the end of Slab City as we know it. With no formal infrastructure, residents rely on ingenuity and community support to sustain their way of life. Yet these strengths may not be enough to counter the external pressures of modernization and environmental decline. A legacy of freedom and resilience. Slab City's legacy lies in its bold defiance of societal norms, a living experiment in autonomy and human ingenuity. But its survival depends on whether it can adapt to the changing world without compromising its core values. As the community grapples with these contradictions, it raises profound questions about what it truly means to live outside the boundaries of conventional society. Will Slab City remain a timeless refuge for those seeking freedom? Or is it destined to fade as an oasis overtaken by the tides of change? The answer remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. Slab City's story continues to captivate and inspire as a testament to the enduring human spirit. We hope this video has offered you a profound glimpse into the lives of those living on the edges of society.